Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. Let's start our stream about bees and wasps. And we are starting our stream from the colony of Polistes wasps. These are paper wasps of genus Polistes. They are sitting on their paper nest. This is paper ground, not some small pieces of paper, which you can see white one, because this is a paper with food, with some honey, but also the paper wasps themselves, because they are building their nest from the cellulose or from the paper which we are scratching from the bark of trees and from some shrubs and plants. So they are paper wasps because they have paper nest. They do not have wax glands like honeybees or some solitary social bees like mellifera. They have their mandibles, mouth parts. They dig in the bark of trees and making cellulose, use saliva and making cellulose paper house or nest, and you are observing them. But today we are going to talk not only about social wasps, but about solitary wasps, because now it's September time. I'm translating this video from Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. Yesterday was quite a warm, sunny day. I visited one place with flowers, just interesting park, and I collected some bees and I collected some wasps. Not this one, but another one. I did some streams from the center of the city, and even in the center of the city I collected some interesting insects to show you today. I collected some solitary wasps and some solitary bees. Today we will be talking about different behavior of bees and wasps, because wasps, they can be social, they have differentiation in their castes. They have queen, workers, drones, and some wasps solitary. They have only queen, only female. And this queen doesn't make special nest, just making cells and providing provision and food for her offspring. And today we will be watching these interesting solitary bees, which have some kind of asociality. Asociality, this is connections between different generations of wasps and possibility to find castes in wasps and bees. Castes, as I said, queen, workers, and drones. And some wasps, they have only queen. And of course drones, but they are not drones, they are just males. They are hatching, and after mating, they are just dying very quickly. Let's switch to our finding, which I found yesterday on some flowers in the center of the city of Kyiv. Because this nest I have showed you already. This is just for beginning. And today we will be showing you not only Polistes, but some other interesting wasps. We can be watching them later, talking about them later. And today I wanted to show you some interesting bees, which are not honeybees, but another one. And they are coming. They are coming in this cage. You can observe here some funny wasps, which are very small, some beetles, and some bees. I was surprised to find these bees on flowers, on these fistal flowers with blue color. Bees are not very big, they are just much smaller than honeybee. We will come into these fistal flowers And some tiny wasps are crowding around. You can recognize. One tiny wasp is just died in the upper part of screen. We will be talking about them today. Who is this? Who are these wasps? Why they are here? How to recognize them? Okay. I maintain. I collected these funny, interesting bees on these flowers. Gathering nectar and maybe pollen a little bit. And who are they? Actually, we have a lot of solitary bees in the beginning of summer, but now we have just September. It can be surprising to find solitary bees in September because we have very short life cycle. Social bees are honeybees usually, are considered to be social bees. But there are special groups of insects which belong to several families which have kind of social behavior. And one of families are not only Apidae, with Apis mellifera, which has very complicated eusocial behavior and social structure of nest and colony. But there is a family Halictidae. Halictidae with small bees and relatively not small bees, middle-sized bees, which have kind of eusocial behavior. Because it can be recognized queen, workers, and some drones in this group of wasps. I have collected one Halictidae on flowers, much smaller one, because Halictidae is a very large family. In Ukraine it's about maybe 80 species in Halictidae family. Totally in Ukraine it was founded that more than 800 species of bees are inhabiting Ukraine. In North America, 3,600 species of bees are recorded. In Ukraine, more than 800 species have been recorded by experts. I'm actually working on parasitic wasps, so that's why I can make some mistakes in identification of these bees, but it seems to me that this is a Halictidae bee. In English name we have special name sweet bees. Sweet bees, not sweet, not very like honey sweet. But sweet, it meaning we can collect sweet on the skin of humans, maybe animals, because they need some minerals, so sometimes they can be attracted to the skin of humans. They can be leaking some sweet, some moisture on skin. So I suppose that this tiny bee, not tiny bee, middle-sized bee, belonging to sweet bees of family Halictidae. If some specialist can check my video, you are welcome to indicate what is the genus of these bees. I will send it for some photos to experts in Ukraine, but I am in a hurry to record this video because all insects were living not very long time. They can die instantly, very quickly. They are crowding around, flying around, but can die quickly. And here are some other animals, some other insects. Where do these sweet bees living? Actually, I suppose that it's quite difficult to find solitary bee in September time, as I said, because my most important purpose of all bees and wasps is the reproduction. Solitary bees were gathering nectar and pollen in their nest, one by one. One queen is responsible for one nest, and next one for next. So they are not making colonies. Sometimes solitary bees are living in aggregations, like mason bees, but each one has a separate tunnel or living in a separate tube in a separate piece of plant, sometimes in a cavity in wood. The same is for sweet bees. They live more or less solitary, but they do like to make aggregations, and in many cases they live in clusters. They have some kind of social behavior, so that's why their life cycle is longer than ordinary solitary bees. They can make usually tunnels in the soil, just underground, maybe 10-15 centimeters down there, and making some cells for offspring underground. But in some cases, several tunnels can be interacted. So we are making aggregation cluster of tunnels, and some queens can interact in the same colony. The family Halictidae is characterized by different types of eusociality. With primitive eusociality and with developed sociality. So with some queens, workers and drones. In some cases, in one colony can live several queens together with interacted tunnels, and maybe 20 workers all together. Not many hundreds, just 20, maybe 30 workers, and with some interacting drones in the same colony. So different types of eusociality, which is just very interesting subject for study by entomologists and ethologists. So that's why family Halictidae can be characterized as a primitive social bees. They have not so developed sociality like honeybees. They are just making nests. They are not making progressive feeding of the larvae. They are just making cells, collecting some pollen and nectar, making balls of nectar, put it in the cell, close the cell, and one by one making just a nest with several cells with offspring. But honeybees and social bees like bumblebees, they have several generations of offspring in the same colony. We have one generation which is small size, and biggest generation with bigger size, like bumblebees with several generations in one colony. And finally, with queens and drones in the late summer, beginning of autumn. So we have recognized that eusociality can be very much different in different species and in different families of bees. I'm trying to show you also some interesting wasps which I have collected. And these wasps are here. These are tiny wasps. They have size about 8-9 millimeters. Yes, not more. About less than 10 millimeter size. Who are them? These are wasps just appeared. This is also a very special family, Crabronidae. They're not very big one. They're weevils hunters. These tiny wasps are solitary. They are not making colony. They live in one by one. They have a sting like another bees and wasps. But sting is very tiny, very small. They have very definite petiolus, very special shape of abdomen, quite visible. You can recognize abdomen is swollen, and petiolus is swollen shape. And they're weevils hunters. Family Crabronidae, and genus is named Cerceris. They have been studied even just so famous entomologist as John Faber in his books more than 200 years ago. In his first books about entomology, Cerceris is very famous genus which studied very well because queen is hunting for weevils. And you can watch here some weevils. They're interacting between them. I guess they're both females, so they just interacted for space. And they react on weevils here as well, because they feel their smell very well. They are hunting not for larvae of beetles, they are hunting for adults of weevils. Surprisingly, they are bringing adults of weevils to their nest. At once I have seen the colony in the ground in one special place called in Kyiv, Kitaevo. It was ground place just near the road. They were digging some holes, some cavities on the road and bringing one by one different weevils of different size. But these tiny weevils hunters, weevil wasps, were pretty small, 10 millimeter size. So we should be bringing tiny weevils, like here I'm showing you tiny weevils of a family Curculonidae, small Apidae, Apions, some small Apions, which are living on malva flowers. I collected it on malva flowers, and this is malva ball. I have here just a big weevil, but you can recognize. You see, Cerceris is a little bit bigger than this weevil, but this weevil belonging to another genus, Lixus, too big one. I guess too big, too strong. This tiny weevil, this tiny Apion, is available as a food, as a prey for Cerceris. You see, Cerceris is much bigger than Apion. So wasp can hunt, can paralyze Apion and bring it to the nest. But Lixus weevil, extremely big one. Too strong, it's quite difficult to paralyze it. So, and now it's time precisely for these weevils which I have collected on malva tree, and I collected Lixus on Artemisia flower, Artemisia plant. So we can recognize that size is important for weevil and important for wasp and important for prey. There are several species of tiny weevils which are inhabiting malva flowers, and these are Apion, one of several species, maybe 5-6 species of weevils inhabiting malva tree, malva flowers, malva plant. And you see here Cerceris on flower. I gave some honey drops for these wasps and bees, so they're not hungry. We were happy yesterday evening time where I gave them some drops of honey, so they were feeding successfully, so now they're fed. So you can recognize the prey, weevil of a family Curculonidae, and a host hunter, weevil hunter, family Crabronidae, genus Cerceris, weevil wasp. We are not hunting on weevils here inside the cage because they are stressed for sure, because of light, because of closed space. But in nature, we should be hunting for these funny, tiny weevils. So this is a story about Cerceris, interesting tiny wasps. But this is quite a big genus. It can be at least 1.5 times bigger or twice bigger. This is a small species. This is a small species of Cerceris. I can save it for collection, maybe you can identify it later. So you see, queen is looking for weevil and can interact as well, because she's feeling the smell. Let's watch what's going on. Female is attracted by weevil. Usually female is coming to weevil, catch it and paralyze. Paralyze and bring it to the nest, just attached to the sting or keeping it in with tarsi, with legs. And you can also see here one tiny creature on the top of screen. Not big one, this is Halictidae, or just another genus, maybe Lasioglossum, I'm not sure. Experts can say what is the genus here. Maybe Lasioglossum, sweet bee. And who is in the center? This is also a wasp, but very special one. Cured just and died. So dead individual, but I wanted to show you it because this is usually shining bee, shining wasp. And this is Cuckoo wasp. Cuckoo wasp of a family Rhizodidae. Unfortunately died, didn't survive, stressed conditions in the cage. Cuckoo wasps are named because they are not making their own nests. They are kleptoparasites or parasitoids. Their larvae are feeding on stolen food in the nest of another bees and wasps. So in the center we observe cuckoo bee. I'm not sure about genus, it's small one. Size is approximately the same or smaller than Cerceris. Cuckoo bees of family Rhizodidae, with green head and thorax, with shining brightly red and violet abdomen or metathorax. They are just hunting for bees and wasps, then coming to their nest and lay eggs inside the nest of another bee. So that's why they are cuckoo wasp, sorry, not bee, cuckoo wasp. As a kleptoparasite, larva can steal collected pollen and nectar, or as a parasitoid in some cases. Larva of cuckoo wasp is hunting on the larva of another species of bee or wasp in their own nest. That's why she can be either parasitoid or kleptoparasite, stealing the food from another host. And you can recognize so funny sweet bee, family Halictidae, I guess so, with well-developed mandibles and tongue. We can try to feed them with honey for fun and curiosity and to show you how it's going on. I can take a drop of honey and bring it to the cage. Yes, you can see very interesting tongue, very interesting mouth parts for the sweet bee, very long proboscis, which is just feeding honey. Tiny weevil was coming as well, maybe searching for food and water and just attached. But sweet bee is very happy to feed on honey drop. Another one is sitting, not feed, maybe coming too, because different individuals can feel very well the smell of honey. And just wasp is coming. She will be feeding as well. Yes. So we can observe here two feeding individuals. Crabronidae wasp or weevil wasp, family Crabronidae, genus Cerceris, and Halictidae, or just maybe Lazioglossum, I'm not sure what species name. Family Halictidae, which has primitive eusocial behavior. So that's why we have small eusocial colony. They can survive even in the late summer, beginning of autumn. Yes, you can watch also for tongue of Cerceris. Tongue is shorter, wasp is shorter, but you can recognize also petiolus. Petiolus on abdomen, which is very strong and swollen abdomen as well. So this is together host insect, which has weevil and parasitic wasp of genus Cerceris. Parasitic, not predaceous, because she's feeding actually on nectar and honey. And these wasps are not collecting nectar and honey for themselves. They are collecting only beetles for their offspring, for their larvae. They don't create special social nest. This wasp is solitary. Another sweet bee is cleaning, grooming the body. Weevil was also grooming and feeding very slowly. I can even open the lid to show you on a close distance. Sometimes we are trying to escape, that's why I must be careful. Don't allow them to escape. This is another individual of Cerceris, which has not been fed yet. We're gonna watch here sweet bee, big Artemisia weevil, and happy Cerceris. Cerceris is not stinging. Cerceris wasp or weevil wasp has a very tiny stinger, cannot penetrate the skin of human. Sometimes these tiny cuckoo bees can sting very well because they have a long ovipositor which works like a stinging very well. And this not tiny, middle-sized sweet bee stung me a couple times, but sting of sweet bee is not very big, I guess. Sting of Halictidae or Lazioglossum is a very small one. It was not painful, they are helpless, not harmless. So pain was just for 10 seconds, not more. Pain lasted 10 seconds, and gone very quickly. So what we cannot say about another wasp, because social wasps, they need to protect their nest. They're stinging very painfully, not like helpless and harmless Cerceris wasps, which are not stinging painfully. Oh yes, come in. You can observe small Apion, Apionine, big Lixus, and feeding sweet bee of family Halictidae. If it is not a Halictidae or another genus, not Lasioglossum, write in comments if you know precisely the genus name. I can write identification name or genus name later, after consulting with bee specialist. As I said, more than 800 species of bees are inhabiting Ukraine, and about more than 3,600 species are inhabiting of bees, including honeybees and solitary bees and social bees, are inhabiting North America. 3,600 and 800, more than 800 have been recorded by scientists, by entomologists, by experts in Ukraine. I'm not bee expert, I'm parasitoid expert, that's why I need consulting for identification from experts. So if you're expert, write your opinion. What is the genus name of this species? What about Cerceris? Cerceris is sitting here and happy because of fed very well. And I'm pleased to show you host plant, this tiny fistel with blue coloration. Some Halictidae were collected especially on this fistel, one by one, because now just there is a scarcity of flowers, which each flower is a value, so one bee came to one flower, the next one came to another flower. I was surprised that quite a big bee was coming, and I collected them all together. And on another Asteraceae with yellow flowers, I collected Cerceris too. Where is our Cerceris? Come on here. This is weevil wasp, genus Cerceris. You can recognize well Petiolus. And this is sweet bee, family Halictidae. In comparison with honeybee, I can show you the size of honeybee. Honeybee is slightly bigger than this tiny Halictidae, but this is not tiny Halictidae. Many Halictidae are very tiny. This species can be said quite a big one. I have dead individuals of honeybee. So you see, this is a honeybee and sweet bee. Honeybee is slightly bigger. I cannot make focus because, alright, focus is automatically done. Down where this is honeybee with very long proboscis, very long tongue. And tongue is different for sweet bee and much shorter, but different in different type of bees, different species of bees. And I can show you just social wasp of genus Paravespula. Yes, this is a social wasp. This is Paravespula, this is a honeybee. Honeybee is slightly bigger than Paravespula. Paravespula are not hunting for honeybees because size is quite similar. We are not able to kill honeybee, maybe able in a group, but not by one. We are usually coming to beehives for stealing something in a beehive, for stealing honey. If honeybee just have not many guards, or just beehive has been open. So that's why we are just disturbing honeybees. But we are not killing honeybees. We are not hornets. These are not hornets. These are yellowjackets. English name yellowjackets of genus Paravespula. Paravespula vulgaris and Paravespula germanica. Very small yellowjackets. Yes, another one is coming. So these are yellowjackets and honeybee. And these are sweet bees. For comparison, I can show you even some drones, honeybees. Drones are bigger than workers for sure. If you know honeybees, I have drones of honeybees too. And this is a drone of honeybee. So big one. You see, drone cannot collect pollen. Drone has very swollen hind legs. Drone doesn't collect pollen, doesn't collect nectar, but size of pollen is slightly bigger than size of honeybee. This one, and much bigger than these wasps, yellowjackets. This is honeybee and drone of honeybee. So you can recognize the difference. Drone of honeybee is bigger, has very hairy thorax and mesosoma, has very short or shorted size of proboscis or tongue, swollen big abdomen, different structure of legs. Honeybee forager is gathering honey from nectar, collecting nectar on flowers, and drone doesn't collect flowers nectar. Usually workers are feeding drones by themselves through mouth to mouth. So the most important purpose of drones is just mating with queen and passing their genes from one colony to another colony, because drones are mating with queens from different colonies, not from the same colony, sometimes from the same colony, but in many cases queens of honeybees are mating with 10, 12, 15 drones from different colonies. So that's why they are just transmitting their genes, their resistance to diseases and natural conditions from one colony to another, to increase biodiversity of genes and resistance to different unpleasant conditions, natural conditions, and increasing their genetic resistance. So this is a drone, this is a worker bee. And these are yellowjackets. And for sure I can show you not only yellowjackets, I can show you paper wasps of Polistes. We are sitting separately in a cage, but we are running very quickly, so I can show you some from the collection. Polistes wasps are very quiet and very docile, very peaceful. And this is Polistes wasp. So upper side. This is yellowjacket. And downside. This is Polistes paper wasp. Yellowjacket has a very short abdomen, and paper wasp Polistes has very elongated abdomen. Very long legs are very specific for Polistes. This is Polistes paper wasp. This is yellowjacket. Yellowjacket wasp were making their nest underground, and Polistes paper wasp were making nest openly. Yellowjackets making nest like a ball with special cellulose covering underground, and sometimes some species under the roof of different cavities. And always Polistes paper wasp are making just one plate of nest from the cellulose. They have no cover for their nest. And you see size of Polistes is different, but size of workers also can be different, but shape of body is different. And you see how big is Polistes, slightly bigger than honeybee. And yellowjacket is smaller than honeybee. But for some species, workers are bigger and queens are bigger as well. But queens of Polistes are really nearly the same size as workers. Yellowjackets and paper wasp Polistes were social wasps. We have queen, we have workers, females, and we have drones. We are social wasps. We have 60 visitors at the same time. You can write in comments, what is your home country? Where are you from? What country are you watching us? Usually we have visitors from different countries. From Europe, America, Australia, Asia. So write in comments, where are you coming from? 2 yellowjackets. Just some Polistes are coming too. So you can recognize the length of Polistes is bigger than length of legs. They're just long legged wasps. Upper side, these are yellowjackets, and down there, these are Polistes. Long-legged wasps. And in the center we are watching for honeybee. We have 50 visitors. What country are you coming from? What country are you coming from? Where are you watching us? If you are from Ukraine, write your home city in Ukraine. Откуда нас смотрите, пишите в комментариях. Если смотрите с Украины, Пишите, из какого города смотрите в Украине. Мы смотрим сейчас уже общественных насекомых, общественных ос и медоносную пчелу. Наверху у нас находятся осы рода Paravespula, которые делают подземное гнездо в виде шара размером 10-15 см в диаметре. А внизу находится с удлиненным брюшком бумажные осы, складчатокрылые осы рода Polistes с длинными ножками, более длинные, нежели чем Paravespula, верхние в кадре, и даже крупнее взрослые медоносные пчелы. Однако крупные здесь полисты не являются агрессивными, они имеют гнездо обычно снаружи, на поверхности какого-то куста или растения в виде целлюлозных ячеек открытой формы, без закрывающих их круглого покрытия, просто плоская пластина. А вот эти маленькие и более крупные осы Vespidae, Paravespula, делают подземное гнездо в виде шара, в виде нескольких пластин из целлюлозы, скрепленной слюной и покрытых бумажными слоями для защиты от влаги и погодных условий. Делают обычно подземное гнездо. Поведение совершенно различно. Вот эти мелкие осы достаточно агрессивны, защищают свое гнездо, а вот эти длинные, тоже семейство Vespidae, но из рода Polistes, более миролюбивые, чаще всего разлетаются, но тоже могут жалить. У них есть жало, и при приближении и разорении гнезда могут жалить, защищая свое гнездо. Both species will have sting. Females will have sting, so they can sting painfully. But yellowjackets are stinging more painfully, and Polistes are stinging less painfully. It's tested by myself on my own experience. So it depends also from personal sensitivity. So we discussed today social wasp, solitary wasp and bees, and finally I can show you the nest of Polistes in a group. So I have more of them sitting together in the nest. Wasps are coming. Now we are observing the nest of Polistes. Смотрим, наблюдаем за гнездом ос полистов. Осы полисты сидят на гнезде. Гнездо бумажное, сделанное из целлюлозы, бумаги сделанной из кусочков древесины, соскребанных с коры растений, с деревьев, кустов, с древесины. Белые шапочки, находящиеся в центре, это шапочки над коконами. Их плетут личинки ос. Взрослые осы кормят своих личинок мясной пищей, принося личинок насекомых и других членистоногих, паучков, гусениц, личинок жуков, мух, мелких насекомых, других артропод, пережевывая их и кормя личинок в этих ячейках целлюлозных, после чего личинка плетет кокон белый для защиты от внешней среды, окукливается внутри. Из куколки выходит взрослая оса, которая прогрызает выход на поверхность. А личинок самих кормят, конечно же, взрослые осы, которые приносят пищу, кусочки насекомых пережеванные в виде пульпы или кусочка мяса, в виде такой пережеванной котлеты для своих личинок и выкармливают их в этих ячейках. Личинки обмениваются взрослыми особями, капельками жидкости, которые они выделяют из своих мандибул. Тем самым осы подпитываются. Кроме того, осы питаются нектаром на цветах и соком растений. Если найдут такие гниющие растения, а шершни даже просто выгрызают кору кустов растений для того, чтобы из коры выделялся сок. У полистов такого поведения не наблюдал, а у шершней, которые тоже общественные осы, наблюдал, как они грызут стебли сирени и прилетают на одно и то же место для того, чтобы просто подпитаться сладким сиреневым соком. Но мы наблюдаем сейчас ос рода Polistes, которые длиннокрылые, длинноногие, относятся к семейству Vespidae, складчатокрылые осы. Мы видим, что у них крылья сложены в виде узкой полоски. Недаром они называются складчатокрылые осы. А у пчел крылья расправлены. Как у всех перепончатокрылых, у ос имеется 4 крыла, передняя пара и задняя пара крыльев. Но у складчатокрылых ос крылья еще складываются, чтобы уменьшить их поверхность. Такая адаптация для тесной поверхности внутри гнезда, чтобы крылья не потерлись. Такая выработалось эволюционное приспособление, отличающее семейство Vespidae. К этому же семейству относится европейский шершень Vespa crabra, малый азиатский шершень Vespa velutina, гигантский азиатский шершень Vespa mandarina и другие виды рода Vespa. Мы наблюдаем ос рода Polistes в их естественном месте обитания, на гнезде, правда, в коробочке. Они накормлены, напоены, поэтому ведут себя достаточно активно. А из коконов выходят время от времени новые особи. Здесь имеются самки и есть самцы, которые спариваются. После спаривания в естественных условиях самки новая королева нового поколения закапываются в почву или прячутся под корой, прячутся в укромных местах под листвой, потому что они уже оплодотворенные, им главная особенность сохранить свои гены, для перезимовать, пережить осень, зиму, весну и вылететь где-то в начале весны, начиная подпитываться на цветах и основать новое свое гнездо следующей весной следующего года. Полисты общественные осы. Мы видим у них крупное гнездо. Есть разделение на королеву, рабочих особей и самцов. We are observing now the colony of Polistes. This is a family Vespidae. We have here queens of new generations and drones of this season. From time to time we can observe their mating. After mating, usually in natural conditions, new queens are trying to find comfortable place for hibernation, somewhere underground, beneath leaves, under the bark of trees, in some hidden places, some dry hidden places, to survive during the rainy autumn, rainy spring, and cold winter, to survive and to start new colony next season. We have been observing here several times mating of queens and drones, and after giving them some food, like piece of paper with honey, we have been observing their feeding here, so that's why we can survive here for 2 weeks already. We're sitting here for 2 weeks. Maybe we can release them soon, not in a rainy day, in sunny day. So all queens can find new places for a hibernation. So we will release them very soon. If somebody is watching us from English-speaking country, you can write your home city and home country. Where are you from watching us during this video? To give us some feedback, to understand who is our audience. If you're watching from Ukraine, write your home city. Where are you watching us from Ukraine? Thank you for your interest and curiosity in entomology and insects. I'm quite sure some people are coming here surprisingly just through line of shorts, because YouTube is showing different videos instantly on shorts, but I'm showing you this nest to surprise for outreach activity, to show you behavior of wasps in a close distance, and not under the microscope but under the zoom inside the nest, because yourself you will not be able to visit the nest of these wasps to observe them on such a close distance. And it's great fun to watch them just on screen of mobile phone. You can write later in chat or just in comments, have you ever seen such kind of a solitary wasp and such kind of a social wasps, which I showed you during this video? Have you seen wasps nesting or clusters of bees nesting somewhere underground, just somewhere in the soil? Have you seen not only social bees like honeybees, have you ever seen solitary bees? If you've never seen, I was pleased to surprise you that bees and wasps can be social and bees and wasps can be solitary. We're observing now social wasps, but solitary bees and solitary wasps are living one by one. These wasps are flying to the right side because here we have light, so that's why we're attracted to the light. But some of them became lazy and hiding inside the cells, showing just only abdomen. Trying to protect themselves. We're observing social wasps of genus Polistes, paper wasps, and their paper nest, with some open cells and with some white caps just over the pupa inside the cells. We can recognize here some females and some drones or males. We are sitting together here in this colony, which consists of 2 different small nests. So here probably individuals from 2 different colonies all together, because these 2 small nests were collected all together in one space. They have been collected in empty hive without frames. just like in a box. We were living just in a box, in a wooden box. Thank you for your interest and curiosity. I hope it was funny, interesting, and entertaining for you to watch for wasps. I'm pleased to make magnification to show the buzzing and hurry crawling around. Most important, don't allow them to escape, otherwise I need to collect them together. Here male and female. This is obvious situation. Male is trying to mate with female. But we are sitting here for a long time, so most of females already fertilized. Males are not stinging, and queens are stinging very well, but not painfully. Polistes are not aggressive, and stinging not painfully at all. Pain after the sting of this species lasted just 15 minutes, not more. For some other species, sting can be more painful. This is probably species Polistes dominus, so not very painful sting. Some other tropical, semi-tropical species can sting very painfully, so be careful about wasps. You don't need to get rid of them always, because if they live separately and do not disturb you, they are beneficial insects. They are hunting on some pests in your orchard, so they are hunters of different caterpillars and larvae of beetles and different other insects. But if they're irritating you, you're going to get rid of them very quickly. But better to save them, because they're just important part of biodiversity of your garden and orchard. They're like tiny wolves living in the world of insects. They're hunting for phytophagous insects. The majority of phytophagous insects in your garden, they're just feeding on your flowers, on your trees, on your shrubs. So they're regulating the number of pests in your garden. And if you found them just in your apiary, don't be afraid about Polistes. Polistes are not hunters for honeybees. They are not hunting for honeybees. They can steal a little bit honey, but it's very difficult for them. They can steal honey only from open beehive. But beehives usually closed only during harvesting time. They can steal something. In ordinary hive, they are not able to enter. Honeybees will not allow them to come inside the beehive. So they are not honey stealers. They are just irritating honeybees. Hunters on honeybees are usually belonging to hornets. Hornets are very big wasps, much stronger than paper wasps and much stronger than yellowjackets, so they can damage your beehive honeybees easier. But these are just natural predators for caterpillars, larvae of grasshoppers, beetles, flies, and other insects and other arthropods in your garden, in your orchard. So better to protect them and do not irritate them and do not destroy their nest. You can write in comments in chat, have you ever seen these wasps somewhere in nature, or maybe you have seen them one by one. To find nest, this is interesting subject for entomologists, ecologists, but ordinary people are usually afraid of any type of wasps, bees, any type of their nest. So that's why it's a rare case to see and to find the nest. People are afraid of them. But if you have seen them in natural conditions on flowers, or just in your room, in your house, in your apartment, write in comments. Write in chat if you're afraid of wasps or if you are not afraid of wasps at all. And these are wasps, paper wasps, and they are not hornets. These are not hornets. These are very small paper wasps with 15 mm size, genus Polistes. They are living in Ukraine. I have collected them in Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. I guess you know what's going on in Ukraine. Fortunately today we have quiet day in Kyiv. No air sirens, no air attacks, but nearly every day we had a lot of attacks from Russia during the daytime, during nighttime. In the latest 2 weeks, drones came to Ukraine, like 50 drones per night, 100 drones per night, with some missiles and air bombs, because front line is very long and very complicated situation in Ukraine. But we hope for the best. We hope for support of people. We hope for support of different countries. So don't forget, stand with Ukraine. Don't forget, help Ukraine. Don't forget, support Ukraine. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Did you subscribe to my channel? Did you press like? You're welcome. You can press also on bottom to become sponsor of my channel. It's quite easy to be sponsor on YouTube, or you can visit my Patreon page to continue sponsorship during some days, some months during the year. If you are becoming sponsor on YouTube, I can see it immediately. It will appear in the chat. I have a new sponsor. It's a green line coming to the chat. It's a great pleasure to have some sponsors who appreciate my work, my small input to outreach activity about entomology, to enlarge some educational knowledge for young students, for children, for adults, to show you bees, wasps, grasshoppers, beetles, bumblebees, different insects, from huge dangerous hornets till very tiny isopods or wood lices, which are not insects by the way, and some spiders who are not insects too. Anyway, different arthropods are shown on my YouTube channel. You can find different strange creatures on my channel. You can be surprised by them. You can be surprised by their behavior, their morphology, their structures. And of course, I'm talking different stories about behavior of these creatures. Thank you for coming to my stream. Not many visitors from English-speaking countries or people hesitate to write in comments about their home country. Welcome to my Patreon page. Welcome to my sponsorship page. Some Polistes are sitting, grooming, cleaning their body. Males and females. Males are brighter than females, with bright antennae. So I suppose many males are here inside who are not sitting, who are not stinging. Thank you for curiosity. Don't forget, stand with Ukraine. Support Ukraine. Help to Ukraine. And Ukraine will win. Thank you for coming to our stream. Best greetings from Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. See you soon on my channel. Welcome to watch my new streams on this channel. Hello Sarah, what is your home country? Where are you coming from? Where are you watching us? Write in chat. Yes, where are you from? To see your feedback. What is your home country? So I can say greetings to your country. Okay, no greetings. It's understandable. So now I understand what is your home country. So no greetings. If it's Croatia, greetings to Croatia. Greetings to United Kingdom, greetings to London. Funny symbol of heart, I guess so. If you want to know more about some another bees and wasps, just return back my video stream. Watch at the beginning of video stream where I showed these tiny bees here and tiny wasps, because they're sitting in different cages. Here some wild bees, family Halictidae. This is Halictidae, wild bees, not honeybees. And some interesting weevil wasps of genus family Crabronidae, genus Cerceris. Small size, about 10 millimeter size. You see wasps can be very different, and bees as well. As I said, there are more than 800 species of bees have been recorded in Ukraine. About wasps, I'm not sure. And 3,600 species of bees have been recorded in North America. If you want to know more about these solitary bees, watch the beginning of this stream. I showed them for a long time, because they are very interesting. Sweet bees, family Halictidae. Observe them later. You see two big individuals. They are slightly smaller than honeybee. Okay, good luck, Sarah. Good luck. Thank you for coming. Thank you for interest. Thank you. Thank you for curiosity. These are sweet bees and Cerceris wasp, weevil wasp, hunter on weevils, adults of weevils. I guess parasitoids are also very cool. Not only bees and wasps, but parasitoids are very special. They have absolutely amazing behavior, because I am studying parasitoids of a superfamily Calcididae, calcid wasps. I don't have too much of them live here. I can show you some parasitoids just here. These are tiny parasitoids. To be precise, these are Phytophagous calcid wasps. Size is about 6 millimeters. 6. If you can collect them, write me, send me email and photo. But of course, the nest of paper wasp looks more surprising. Oh, right, here Cerceris is feeding. I can show you. Feeding on honey. Wasp has a very tiny tongue, not very long like some solitary bees. His tongue is very short. Proboscis is not very long. Because we are not collecting pollen, we are just feeding on pollen. And very likely to feed on honey in a cage. So this is solitary wasp of genus Cerceris, family Crabronidae, digger wasp, or it's called weevil wasp, because she's hunting on weevils, tiny weevils, and bringing them to their nest underground. And she's digging nest in the soil. What kind of weevils? I can show you. This type of tiny weevils like here. This is sweet bee and tiny weevils. Tiny mother weevil. If you know the genus name of this sweet bee, write in comments. These are weevil feeding on a malva tree. Wasps are coming back. This is a buzz of bees. Thank you for interest and curiosity. Some visitors have indicated their home country. If you're watching us from English-speaking country, write in comments where are you coming from. It's interesting feedback to understand who is watching us. What is your home country? Or what is your home city in Ukraine? Because I'm translating this video from Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. Thank you for interest and curiosity. Thank you for coming to my stream. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to visit Patreon page and visit sponsorship page on YouTube. Your sponsorship is greatly appreciated. Thank you for curiosity in insects. Thank you for interest in nature. Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. See you in next streams. Bye bye.